Okay, class. So as promised, this is the geoboard that when you click on the link in the Math Learning Center, this is what a geoboard looks like. This is a square geoboard, and down here we have a rectangular geoboard. We also have access to a circular geoboard, but today we will just focus on the rectangular one. Okay, so if we wanted to have some grid lines, we would press this one and it would bring the grid lines. And as you can see, each connected line gives us a square, which is something that is very important. And I want you to take note of it and remember it because in this case, we're going to use each square as 1 centimeter. So from here to here, we get 1 centimeter, 2 centimeters, 3 centimeters. If you're a person that prefers to have your numbers up, you press this here and you get your numbers. So you know from 0 to 1 is 1, 1 to 2 is 2. So 1 square, 2 square, each square in this instance would give you centimeters, 1 centimeter for each square. Additionally, you can remove the numbers and you can even call a square 10. So we can have a square 1 from here to here would be 10, 20, 30, 40. You can use 20, 40, 60, 2, 4, 6, whatever you want a square to represent. You can call that square. So for right now, for explanation purposes, we're going to say that each square is 1 centimeter. Above here, these colorful things you can see here, these are rubber bands, and these are what we are going to use to create our shapes on the geoboard. So let's say we are going to create a rectangle. So you put the geoboard, you hold the rubber band and you drag it to the geoboard, and you can manipulate the geoboard by just putting the shapes exactly where you want the shapes, what type of shape you want. In this case, we will use a rectangle. As you can see, we can make this side a bit longer and we can go forward from here. Now, what you can see here is that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And by now you would have noticed that you would know, sorry, that the long side of the rectangle, which is from here to here, is considered the length, and the shorter side of the rectangle is considered the width. So based on these numbers here, and each square representing 1 centimeter, we know that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We know that the length is 5 centimeters. If you need to put your numbers in, you can always click the text box, 5 centimeters, press done, and you can move around this text box to put your 5 centimeters here. Additionally, you know that the length is the shortest side, so we have 1, 2, 3, and you can use your text box and you can put that your width is 3 centimeters. This is if you need to put the numbers on, or if you're just okay with using the squares, you can use that as well. So we know that the area of a rectangle is length by width. So we can go back into our text box. We can use the letter L for length, or we can just type the word length. We can use L for length or type out the word length and say the length is equals to 5 centimeters. And press enter, the width is equals to 3 centimeters. So therefore we know the area is equivalent to 5 multiplied by 3, which is equals to 15 centimeters. And the word equivalent is also is equal to means equal to. In case we did not touch that in class, I would have just introduced you to a new word. Um, you can also change the color of the text. If you look on the screen, you would see that the text is changing color, and you can choose the color that best suits you. In this case, I will leave a red text and I will press done. I will go ahead and I would move this information into the inside of the box. You can put it on the inside of the box, or you can place this information on the outside of the box. Now, what I want you all to take note of here is that even though I would have used the formula to find the area, I would like you all to take pay close attention to the number of square boxes that are within this rectangle. If you count with me, you would see that there's one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now realize that the amount of area in the amount of squares inside is equal to the area of the rectangle. That is basically the area plane of the rectangle right here. So that is another way you can determine the area of of this shape on the geoboard. So what we can do now is, since you would have worked out the area for this rectangle to be 15 centimeters, and you would have noticed that there are 15 squares within this rectangle. Therefore, it took 15 small squares to make this rectangle. So what we can do here is now we can use another rubber band, and we can go ahead and we can create a square. So we will go ahead and we move around just like before. And as we know, different to the rectangle, which has a long side and a short side, we know that a square has four equal sides. So we have one, two, the length would be two, one, two, the area, the width, sorry, is also two. So here we know that the area, we use our text box again. The length is equal to 2 centimeters. You press done. You go ahead, you put that 2 centimeters. You move that 2 centimeters to the width. We know that the length we know that the length is also 2 centimeters. So we go ahead and we move that two up here. And once again, remember we can change the color so that we don't get mixed up. We can always change the color of our numbers, okay? So yes, and we can make them bigger or we can make them smaller. I forgot to mention that. You go ahead and you change it so it is visible. It can be visibly seen. Okay, so here we know that 2 multiplied by 2 will give us 4. So the length, back in our text box again, the length equals to 2 centimeters. The width is equals to 2 centimeters. Therefore, the area is equal to 2 multiplied by 2 equals 4 centimeters. You can put that information again. You can change the color, whatever color best suits you. You can put that information next to the box, or you can put that information inside of the box. But again, just like before, we know that it took 15 squares on the inside of this rectangle to get the area of the rectangle. Now, if you count the squares, you would realize that there are also four squares. Four squares made up this rectangle. One, two, three, four. And the area of this shape is 4. Now, based on the information I would have shared with you, if you feel as though that you need a bit more understanding and you need a bit more info about this geoboard, you can come and you can click on this eye and it will walk you through how to use the geoboard. Drag and drop a band onto the board. It shows you how. Drag from a line to create a new vertex, new shape. Drag a vertex from one peg to another. Double tap to delete the vertex. Yes, that is something I did not show you. So I will go back to the board and show you that. Setting color. You can change the color of a selected band by tapping a band pearl of the desired color. Fill or unfill. I will show you that as well. And working to duplicate, you just move around the rubber bands. So this is additional information for you if you feel as though you need it. Down here, it explains to you each icon and where it can be used on the board. Okay, so we're going to go back. We press done And as it would have showed you earlier, we have we can fill a shape by pressing this. If you want to remove that filling, you press the filling again. Also, if you want to, if you have a shape and you want to, you made a mistake and you want to undo that mistake. Let's say we made a triangle here, but we really did not want a triangle. To delete, we can just press double tap on it, and it will remove, and you can always start again. You can start over and create that rectangle or that square, sorry, create that rectangle or that square to give you the shape, the desired shape you are looking for. Again, if you want to remove that shape, you just double click on it and it moves itself around, okay? So if you need any further questions, if you have any further questions or queries as to how to use this geoboard, feel free to email me at natashalconliffe@myetc.edu.bb, and I will further assist you. If you want to delete, before we delete, let's say if you want to refresh, clear everything here, you can always press these start over buttons and it will clear everything for you. If you want to delete information, sorry, if you want to delete the rubber band you previously had here, you can also press the delete button. If you think that using this is too much work for you, we can always delete by using the delete button. If you want to clear the information, you press that. Do you want to clear all of your work? You can clear all or you can cancel. Now, what I would like for you to do for me is take a screenshot of your work to have, so that you can have a copy of the information that you would have done, and you can also upload those to the classroom for me. So I'm going to clear this geoboard for you, clear all the information, and this brings you back to a clean and fresh geoboard. That is the end of our demonstration. Feel free to contact me if you need any further clarifications.